Hey guys, it's the OC with Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. In today's video, I want to revisit my linebacker predictions and picks from yesterday. Let's go. Alright guys, thanks so much for supporting the video and the channel. I do want to make a few corrections for the fans and for those that support the channel on yesterday that I made. So Chad Muma is actually with the University of Wyoming and not Wisconsin. I misspoke. And Overshawn, linebacker from the University of Texas, he's actually going back to school. He won't be included from what I understand in this upcoming draft. So with that being said, I'd like to talk to you guys about a few more selections that I feel like could be really potentially good and that may be available in picks 2 or 3 for the Cowboys in this year's upcoming draft. So Ole Miss linebacker, big freaky athlete that I really like a lot after watching him some more is Sam Williams. Sam Williams is a big, strong man. He's 265 pounds. He's 6'4", runs really fast, can be shown to have elite coverage ability in terms of covering space, going sideline to sideline. He was an unknown guy coming out of high school, but as a sophomore at Ole Miss, he started 8 games and he really began to come on. Now, he had a lot of sacks this year. He had 13 sacks this year. He had a lot of pressures in the SEC. So I like him a lot. I think that, hey, this guy can shed blocks. He's a brick house. I think that he's a good run defender. I think that he's good enough to drop into coverage. And I think that for what Dan Quinn wants to do, I think he could potentially be a really good linebacker. Now, he's a tall guy. He does play a little bit high. I think that he's acceptable to some things because he plays a little bit too high, and he's not as explosive off the line as his long speed can suggest. But I think that this guy is a really strong, solid, good athlete, and I think that he will be a fantastic potential addition for the Cowboys based upon what shakes out in this coming draft. So my second guy is Damon Clark. Damon Clark is an LSU linebacker. He's around 6'2", 6'3", around 240 pounds. He's a really great athlete. He has good lateral movement and agility, and so he can shed blocks. He has, to me, a pretty good amount of closing speed and agility, so he can reach and go sideline to sideline. I think that sometimes that he maybe over pursues, but I think that he's really good against the run. He's good in coverage, and I think he's versatile. I think that maybe he gets a little bit lost in the sauce in terms of some misdirection at times, and he needs just a little bit more agility in terms of his coverage ability. But overall, he's a really good athlete, and I think that he could be a really potentially good pick for the Cowboys. And he's shown burst based upon reports that I've seen to be a guy that's a 4-4 type guy. And that just bodes well, in my opinion, for what the Dallas Cowboys want to do defensively, and also shoring up a potential other young pass rusher, but also having a linebacker besides Micah Parsons that can run east and west and make plays along that line of scrimmage and also in the short pass game. So that's why I really like him a lot. Now, my third guy that I think is a really good guy that can potentially be good is Quay Walker. Quay Walker is a guy from the University of Georgia. He's not quite as speedy as some of these other guys, to be completely honest with you. He's 6'4", he's 240 pounds. And I think that he's a guy that's just a solid, good football player. So if you're looking just for a solid, good football player, I think that he's it. He doesn't have, like I mentioned, elite straight line speed or quickness, but he's strong. He's shown at Georgia that he could rush the passer. He seems to me to be more like a Tampa 2 type Mike linebacker. He's going to be tough in between the tackles. He's going to be pretty good and drop back into zone and cover enough ground to be efficient. He does show a little bit of stiffness, but at the same time, he's a pretty good tackler. So he plays fast. He flows with the action pretty good. But at the same time, I think that, he has a little bit of limitations, but I think he could be a great value pick for the Cowboys. I think that, as I mentioned before, the long speed, bursting explosion is probably, not what you want. But if you drafted him as a Mike linebacker type, then it's no problem, because you're not looking for him to chase people east and west. You're looking for him to be strong in the middle and make plays and tackles in the middle of that defense, which, based upon what he's done at the University of Georgia, he very well could do. So, with that being said, guys, hey, let me know what you think in the comments below about the video. Let me know what you think about these linebackers. And thank you so much for supporting and following Boss Cowboy Sports. Don't forget to hit the like button, turn on the bell notification icon so you can get the latest and greatest in Cowboy sports and news. And don't forget to follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter as well. Until next time, see you.